Nana Semsehia Ohene De II. I'm a backman of Accompong. I'm a historian, a botanist, and landscape architect by profession. She was a queen. She left Ghana in 17th century, that's 1700. She was not a queen, but the real name of her is Royal Sechibia. That is her real name. We were living in the Akropong area, the Banso, and then Akropong, which the Jamaicans will say or pronounce as Akropong, and the word is Akropong. It is by that name that where we migrated from to this hill, our capital have also named after where we came from, or the Akropong, what you normally will say Akropong, where the paramount king or the paramount chief of Akropong seat is. Queen Sechibia that we know. And then in Jamaica, she went and lived in the hills. She is the person who freed more than thousands of slaves during her era. She makes sure that the Jamaican law will not govern her and her people. She was a royal whom our forefathers has prepared to be the queen. Unfortunately, one of her days of refreshing herself in a stream, she was being captured by the slave merchant. She has an uncle called Cameraman, who was the first black for the abolishment of the slave trade in 1642 was there. So he helped to retrieve her back. Unfortunately, they couldn't find her, but lucky they took her to the Jamaica. She did not went there alone, but rather they captured 4 brothers of her attached, and all these 4 brothers became kings in Maroons as the leaders of the Maroons. You know, the festival he celebrated, Dojura, we also celebrate the same year in Ghana, in this year. He tried as much as possible to lead his people and other slaves who were able to capture to Jamaica. You know, she was able to find her way out and go and live in the hills. And they let the white man know that all the laws that they are trying to impact on her and her people, she will not abide by that. That is why she has his rules and regulations that govern her Maroons in Jamaica. You know, the practices of the royal from Ghana or then Gold Coast is exactly what Queen Sechibia, which we know by the Jamaicans as Nana or Nanny, by the word is Nanny, it should be Nana, and then because of the pronunciation of the name that they could not, they short the name, they call them Queen Nana. A dark complexion lady who was brief, who was white, and then very beautiful. Because she is a royal, have been trained from the royal court. Even when she was in then Gold Coast or Ghana, she practices the laws of how we rule the royal. So that is why she was able to have that impact and do the same thing for her people in the Maroons in Jamaica. So this is about the lady who hailed from here. A lot of people in diaspora or over the world, they don't know where she is from. So they always been saying that she is a Sante, because the Sante are those who have been fought all over Ghana. But we are the only people who break the Asantes in 1826. The then war called the Accompong War. That is why we are able to capture the Semsehia artifact and everything that used to celebrate the festival. The Maroons are also celebrating the same festival, just that you came and witnessed it last in Akropong. She is from us. She is an Akim, but now some of the Akim who are the Asuna have migrated to be with the Akropong people. So we say she's an Akropong. So he hailed from our Royal Sechibia lady or lie in Achim and then Akropong in the Akropong here. Here our king lives as the capital of that. So when we hear of Nana, the Queen Nana, she hailed from us here, not a Sante. She's a typical Akropong lady, and she was brave, a warrior that was able to lead his people, have his own rule, have his everything that concerned about her people for the safety. And as I said earlier on, she by then lived or free more than 10,000 and more slaves during his era. Capture a lot of people, but we are the only people who were able to defeat the Asante in 1826. So all the Queen war practices held from here. Her uncles have prepared her to be in a state, preparing herself to be a Queen mother. So she is a mother for all. Every millennium in Ghana, there's a woman who dragged the gun. When you go to the Ashanti region, the first woman who dragged the gun and then fought with the white man was Yasantua. She is an Asuna. The clan that our symbol is a crow. We have 2 language staff. The one has the crow on top, our Asuna emblem where the clan that Queen Nanny belongs to. I said that we are brief. If you can see the other one with the gold one, there is a man holding a gun and his feet is on a human. This is what we did it to the white man when he came into our land. When we were trying to capture some of the royal slaves in 1642. This represents Queen Nanny's uncle called Cameraman, the first black who he gathered men to the Elimina Castle, free a lot of people like what Nanny did, and was able to capture a white man gun, the governor. So the one down there is the governor. We represent the governor, and this represents Nanny's uncle called Cameraman. So we say he is the first black in 1642 for the abolishment of the slave trade. A Dutch governor called William Greenhill. Before Asimeni also seized the Christian War Castle in Osu in Accra. But our grandfather one was in 1642. There was a correspondence with that because even some of my grandfather, one of my grandfather who was then the king over here called Edem Tokoro, was even to exile in Denmark through this war. Nanny and we over here. As times goes on and on and on and on, they have cut us from reaching our own people. So all the Maroons in Jamaica, they are from here. They are not Ashantis. They are Akropong people. They are from Akropong. Now you will say they are Accompong. And look at where we live. We live in hills. We live in 1,500 feet above sea level. This is where they also live. She's not Ashanti. She is an Akan. She's from here. She's an Acropong lady. All migrated from Akim to here. The history tells us that she was in the early 20s before she was taken away. And all the four brothers, they became rulers in the Jamaica, in the Maroons. I know they have kept our history, they have kept our story, they have kept our culture and our tribe, and they still practice it. In those days, you know that they were doing the human sacrifice. A very good leader, she doesn't want to take nonsense. She wants perfectly ruling for his people. So we and them, we are from the same ancestral, and this always so. So we have a title called Okuje Amang, meaning the savior of nations. The horn blowing, we used to appellate a king. Whenever we are using the horn blowing, they are referring to the great man. In Akan, we say Okuje Amang ma homreso yakufade. Wakumobroni ejenin semade ejai unianum who Okuje Amang, meaning you are a brave king who have saved nation, Through you have conquered the white. That is why the horn are being blown. It sounds as appellate the king. Ojura means purification. We went to a war with the Ashantis 1826, and after the 1826, whenever we were able to defeat the Ashanti, we had a god, and then the god said we should purify ourselves to celebrate the victory over the Ashanti. So this is what we practice every year. And this year is 198 years of celebrating this festival. 2026 will be exactly 200 years of celebration of the Ojura. From the Asuna, I should say, we were lucky. We went and met Santi King called Osaya Wakoto. He led the Santi army for that war, and we were able to capture him. Oh, that was in 1826, after the Great Accompong War between the Ashantis and then we, the Akropong, and our neighboring tribes. Over here, we have 17. We have the 17 principal towns, and we have more than 2,000 towns form the Akropong people. But our seat is in the Akropong, where Jamaica will say Accompong or Akropong. It's the same spelling, but the tonation have changed the word. Where Queen is from, the founder of the Maroons is from. A lady, she is one of the senior in rank in the Jamaica presidency office. She was here. When she came to the Ghana, she was brought to the Accompong. She came and then lay a reef. They brought some Jamaicans to see that the white man brought a different way of worship. Once she came, I told her that when he goes back, it should liaise between we over here and our people in the Accompong. That different Maroons, different way in the Akropong, the Asunas in Akropong and Naturasi. We are the same people. So they should bring us together. Even to have a way for us to visit. Yearly, like when we are celebrating the festival of Ojura, they should come. When it's this, we also will go. Like what they have given us something in a chance to go to other places like Chisel Island, where the King Prempeh I was sent away. Our blood is the founder of the Maroons. Why is that they have break us? We want us to come together and form one community. United we stand, divided we fall. We want us to come together as one people. That this is what it means that she is from here. She's not a Ashanti. When you go tell them their people are here, their brothers and sisters are here, we want them home. Likewise, we also would like to visit them over there so that we'll blend our two cultures together and they will move together as one people with one common destiny.